The following episode may contain inappropriate material. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Mattalk. Everybody out there, get your stethoscope ready because Jason and John are here to talk to you about the doctors. This Mattalk episode was a lot of fun, maybe, or maybe it wasn't. You're about to find out, and there's some things in this episode that I don't think can actually happen, and there's some things in this episode that could actually happen.
We're being very vague because we've tried to do the intro 4 times, and you can't say the word stethoscope.
Stethoscope. I said it.
Okay.
Stethoscope. I just can't say it fast. My personality is to talk really, really fast, and I can't go stethoscope. Hey, I did.
All right. Well, this is the very last episode for Season 1. The next time you hear our wonderful voices, we will be on Season 2, Jason.
Yes, and this episode is bittersweet. So same as the last few, because this is the official end of Charlene, even though she's not in the episode. But this is when the contract was up, and she's gonna be missed. She's gonna be missed as we go into Season 2. And I definitely think that Mattalk needs that female character and voice because there was not that in this episode. So I'm excited to see where we go from here.
That's right. I can't believe it. We're already on Season 2, and we're, about a year? I think as of the recording of this, I think we're a couple weeks away from the 1-year anniversary, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so. I think we're really close.
June 16th, I think, is the first Mattalk episode ever.
Yeah, we're almost there.
We're almost there. Look at that. Who would have thunk it? All these people tuning in to hear us review and discuss and poke fun at our favorite courtroom drama from the 80s. Mattalk.
Yes, John, and I have a pain on my side. Could you take a look at it for me?
No, I am not going to give you any free medical advice. All right, well, with that, shall we get on into our opening statement? What was that?
It's the gavel sound.
No, the gavel sound. I have the gavel sound already.
I know.
You like to imitate it.
I was trying to be Michael Winslow. Am I not as good as Michael Winslow?
No, you are not as good as Michael Winslow. People tuning in are like, what? A Police Academy reference? Yes.
Michael Winslow can probably say stethoscope.
He probably could sound like a heartbeat. I bet he can do that.
See, spot on.
Anywho, the episode we're going to review is called The Doctors, and it aired originally on May 12th, 1987, and we have a few notable guest stars, Jason.
Yes, we do.
Let's start off with the first one. The man playing Dr. Bruce Jacobs is I believe it's pronounced Akovny. He's also known for being on General Hospital as Joe Smith, also appearing on Stargate SG-1 as Charles Kowalski, and also being on NYPD Blue as Raymond DeSalvo, as well as many other credits. He's got quite a few accolades, but those are kind of his big major roles. And as I said before, he'll be the lead is Dr. Bruce Jacobs.
I restarted NYPD Blue today. I didn't restart it from the beginning, but I picked up from where I left off on my binge.
Do you remember this character, Raymond DeSalvo?
No.
He sounds like he might be a bad guy.
He does sound like a bad guy.
Doesn't it?
Sounds like a mob boss.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. Sounds like a mob boss name. All right, our second and probably biggest guest star is none other than Mr. Roper himself, Norman Fell.
I was so excited when I saw Mr. Roper. Like, the episode had just started, and I'm like, Mr. Roper. So I texted John, all caps, really excited. And John's like, save it for the cast. I'm like, crap, that means this guy's probably the killer.
Oh, man. He does play the role of Dr. Radbird, but I'm not going to comment on if he's the murderer or not.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I know the answer now.
Well, so you're saying I almost ruined it for you?
You did almost ruin it for me.
Man.
Three's Company is one of my favorite comedies of all time.
Really? Mm-hmm. What do you like about it? What John Ritter?
Yeah.
John Ritter's the best?
Yeah. And I had a huge crush on Joyce DeWitt.
Really?
Yeah, everybody.
Not Suzanne Summers.
No, everybody was Suzanne Summers. I think I like dark-haired girls.
See, I'm in the same boat when it comes to Charlie's Angels. Farrah Fawcett, overrated. Man, you give me Jacqueline Smith. She's a beautiful woman.
Same with Laverne and Shirley. I always liked the dark-haired one.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. All right. I don't have a hair color type, but I just think that,
I think they're cuter.
Okay. All right.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
Joyce
your
DeWitt. Come on the
Joyce
Three
DeWitt.
Geeks podcast.
or Jacqueline Smith.
Or
Come
Matt Talk. I don't care. I'll talk to you anywhere. I'll take you out for dinner.
Oh.
Yeah.
Come on, Joyce DeWitt.
We can watch a Matlock together.
You're a classy dude.
I am.
What can I say? All right, our last guest star is Daniel Roebuck, who is playing Dr. Bobby Shaw, and fans of Matlock will note that Daniel Roebuck will appear later on in the Matlock universe, I think in season 7 or 8, as Cliff Lewis, but this is our first introduction to Mr. Daniel Roebuck.
I don't know if I like Cliff Williams. I don't remember.
Cliff Lewis is maybe not the best private investigator, even though he is a licensed attorney, according to the mythos of Matlock. I'm going to withhold judgment right now when it comes to Cliff Lewis.
Okay, we'll talk about it in 6 years.
In 6 years, that's right. There you go. Mark this down.
When we get to that season, we'll discuss it further.
Yes, we shall. I'll tell you what I'm not a fan of. Here, we're going off on a tangent. I'm not a fan of his dad, Billy Lewis. I find him to be the most annoying character in the whole Matlock world. And you don't know who that is, the way you're looking at me.
I have no idea who's Billy Lewis.
Billy Lewis is Cliff Lewis's dad, played by the actor Warren Frost.
Okay.
He's super annoying. Super annoying.
Right,
But
6 years, we got a lot to discuss.
we got a lot to discuss, you know. Who knows? It might be, maybe it'll be 5 years or 4 years. Maybe we'll get on a roll of doing these a little more frequently than the second and fourth Mondays of every month. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Mark your calendars.
Weekly.
Weekly. Hey, man. There's this thing called the day job. If I didn't have that, we could certainly do
I
this
hear you,
every
man.
single day.
I hear you.
That's right. All right, Jason, with that, are you ready to give an opinion? Your opinion and only your opinion, so help you?
It's the only one I can give.
Then let's get ready to testify. All right, here's the plot of The Doctors. A senior doctor threatens to give his residents lackluster reviews, and he ends up dead. So our opening scene is an exterior of a hospital, and then we see Dr. Westlake just blasting a group of rookie residents. Man, he's quite a jerk, this Westlake.
Yeah. Not super nice.
Not
Friendly.
super nice at all.
No.
He seems like he goes out of his way to be a jerk. So, but Dr. Westlake claims that reviews will be out in the morning, and this worries all of the residents because it could lead to them getting kicked out of the hospital.
Yeah. It's what's supposed to set us up to think that everybody's a suspect.
Indeed. And you know what? Let's be honest. You want your doctors to be very well trained. So obviously those reviews, they got to accurately and honestly reflect your skill in the hospital.
Yes, and I'm watching The Good Doctor now, so I knew what a resident was.
Oh, The Good Doctor. What? I know that that's a current show, but I don't remember which one.
It's about an autistic doctor.
Oh, is that the one on CBS?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I watch a lot of CBS as well as probably a lot of our fan base does as well.
Well, there's nothing wrong with watching The Eye. Anyways, moving on. Let's see. Daniel Roebuck. Let's talk for a minute. He looks terrible dressed as Dr. Bobby Shaw in this episode. Like, I just felt like he looked sloppy, and dare I want to say this, and I don't mean any disrespect to Daniel Roebuck if he's listening. The way they dressed him, he looked heavy. He looked like he was a heavy, fat dude, and he's not. So, I don't know. I think Daniel should have went to wardrobe and go, can I get something that fits a little better? Because he looked just like kind of a slob.
Well, maybe they had that outfit picked out for Charlene. She left the show. I don't know how to react to that.
Yeah. Certainly wasn't in the wardrobe rack for Tyler, because Tyler was not going to put on. He's always dressed impeccably.
Yeah, maybe Matlock should have used that.
Maybe.
After we find out what we find out at the end.
Yes. So Dr. Radburn tries to comfort the residents, and then he urges Dr. Jacobs to talk to Dr. Westlake. And what do you know, as this was pretty predictable, Dr. Jacobs finds Dr. Westlake dead in his office.
He did not grab the murder weapon.
He did not. But yet he tries to escape from the hospital as if he's James Bond. Like, I was like, dude, you're not doing this very well. And why don't you just stop and call the cops? Like, why did you not walk out of the office and go, hey, security guard, I just saw a dead body.
I was like, he walked out and is covering it up. He didn't do anything.
Right. He's like taking off the lab coat. He's like sneaking around. I was like, come on, man, just stop somebody, call the cops, and go from there. This is a bad plan, man.
It is 100% a bad plan.
Well, after the body is found and removed, Jacobs confronts a lady named Mrs. Wilson, who apparently saw him from the other side of the hospital. She had her window open. She saw him in the office, so Jacobs got freaked out. He goes to talk to her, and she can't see anything. She's blind as a bat without her glasses, so he's like, oh, yay, I'm off the hook. But he's not, because waiting for him in the hallway, Detective Brooks. First of all, Detective Brooks, he's completely bald except for that little bit of hair around the ears area. And why did he grow weird Civil War sideburns? Why?
I don't know. Maybe that's a style then.
That was not the style in 87.
I don't think it's ever been the style. But
Well, maybe in 1887 that was the style, but not 1987.
Well, it never should have been the style.
Yeah, because it's not a good look for you there, Detective Brooks. Nonetheless, Jacobs is arrested by Detective Brooks, and Dr. Radburn, who happens to be a friend of Ben's, sends Ben to represent Dr. Jacobs. Okay, so far, let's just take a moment here. Let's think about what we've just heard. At this point, do you know, or did you have a suspect as who the murderer was?
No.
See, I did.
I had it narrowed down to 2.
Okay, I had one guess at this time as to who the murderer is. I'm not going to say who what is just yet, but I had one guess based on the interaction with Dr. Radburn at the cafeteria, where he's like comforting all of the residents, going, "Oh, don't worry about it. He's just hard on the new guys, blah 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 blah." So yeah, I had somebody, but all right. So you have 2 suspects possibly. Yes. Okay,
but mine was name recognition, and one of them wasn't a name until much later in his career.
Oh, okay. I can't wait to hear when we get to that part. While Ben is talking to Jacobs at the police station, Ben says that Nurse Richards claims to have seen Jacobs in Dr. Westlake's office. There's also evidence of there's blood on Jacobs' lab coat, which he said he got when he checked the body for a pulse. Ben, actually, I felt like kind of no-sells Dr. Jacobs' concern, because he starts talking about, well, what's my chances? And Ben's totally like not even paying attention. Like, hey, man, can I get some free medical advice?
Well, first, he says, I heard that you're really good. Or I heard that you're great.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that, because that's going to be the line he uses on every resident. Oh, I hear you're the best doctor, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Speaking of Dr. Radburn, the next scene, Dr. Radburn and Ben talk about some suspects, and it's revealed that there's a theft going on at the hospital that maybe Dr. Westlake knew about.
Yes. But I got to go back real quick because I forgot to bring it up.
Sure.
Do cops still do chalk outlines?
I don't know.
Did they do them then?
I think they probably did.
Okay.
Yeah. But it looked like really weird, like it looked like really wide chalk. Like yeah.
It looked like a chalk outline I would have saw a Naked Gun.
Yes. The prop department did not do a very good job with that chalk outline.
No.
Not at all.
But I want to know if they still do them. If anybody is listening, please let me know. You can email us at benmattalk@gmail.com. Thank you.
Or you can get in touch with us on Facebook. Just look for @Mattalk Podcast. And we're even on Twitter, even though our Twitter game is lousy. It's garbage. We got to fix that, by the way. We do
check the Twitter for
messages. We do, but we got to get on that. We need to get an intern for this.
We really do.
We need a Tyler Hudson.
Yes.
To run the Twitter.
That's right.
Anyways, that, by the way, is @MattTalk_podcast. So those are all the different ways you can connect with us and let us know. Are chalk outlines still something that happens in modern crime-fighting techniques?
Yes. I could Google it, but I'd rather hear from you guys.
That's right, because Google's so impersonal.
That's right.
Here's my question. So there's a theft going on at the hospital, according to Dr. Radburn. What type of theft? What are they stealing? They never lead on to this. We find out later, but I'm like, a theft. So immediately I was like, oh, somebody's stealing like painkillers or something like that. And when we find out, it's totally not that at all. It's maybe a 180, if you will, from that.
Yeah. I was surprised. You would think either medical equipment or some kind of medications.
But Ben, once again, wants some free medical advice from good Dr. Radburn. At this point now, I'm getting tired of the gag. I don't know about you.
No, I'm not getting... I don't get tired of the gags, man. He just wants to know what's wrong with him. They didn't have Google back then.
Yes, they didn't, but my whole point is, though, just make an appointment and go in and see the doctor. If you're good friends with Radburn, it should be no problem for him to get you in, right?
Well, he's there.
Oh, well.
Kill two birds with one stone.
I suppose.
Right? I do that all the time.
All right.
I podcast and watch TV while working. I do not podcast and working. If anybody from work is listening, I do not do both of those at the same time, I promise.
And I can vouch for that. He does not. In fact, dare I say he's hard to get a hold of during work hours, to be bluntly honest.
Yeah.
Anywho, Ben is singing at Ray Templeton's place, man, when Tyler arrives. And I forget what the exact line is that Ben asked Tyler. Something about, are you my gal? Or are you my baby? I think.
Yeah. Tyler's like, no.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
He actually says, because I wrote it down word for word. I rewound it several times. Hell no. I'm just some guy you know. Tyler. Tyler is asked by Ben to go into the hospital for a physical. Now, first of all, look, even in 1987, who checks themselves into a hospital just for a physical?
I was wondering the same thing. I thought you just go and run on a treadmill and they take your blood pressure and maybe draw some blood. I didn't know it was a check-in ordeal.
Yeah, because it was like, the last time I got a physical, I went in, I answered some questions, they weighed me, blood pressure, pulse, some of that stuff.
Tyler looked like he was checking into the Hilton. He comes in with his suitcase and his jacket nicely folded.
Yeah, so this hospital stay, I don't think they do that ever. I don't think they did it in 87. I know sure as heck they don't do it in 2021.
No, they didn't want you in and out of that hospital as fast as possible.
Well, nowadays, yes. Mm-hmm. So Ben interviews Dr. Campion. Ben wants some free medical advice from him. He retorts with, well, at your age, which I thought was pretty funny. I thought that was a good way to shut him down. So the next scene, this one I thought was... I thought this was kind of clever, to be honest, in a very devious way. Dr. Bobby Shaw is making some moves with some insider info that he got from a patient. He's on the phone with a stockbroker, and he's like, hey, man, you got to buy this stuff. How do I know? Because this patient was high as a kite on painkillers. He blabbed, so I want you to buy all this stuff. That's ingenious. Totally not right. Totally wrong, I think. I'm not sure. What do you think?
Like wrong to do?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I think that's insider knowledge that dude's not supposed to be blurting out.
It's not the doctor's fault.
So you would just take that money and run?
I might,
so to speak. I
might mention it to a friend or two.
Well, okay.
Because I just happened to be in the room. I didn't purposely make that happen.
Oh, well, right.
I would take it as a message from God. Jason, you need to make some money. And I'd be like, thank you, I do. My podcasting career hasn't kicked off yet.
What do you mean? We're waiting on that check for $13. What are you talking about?
I hope every day I get that check for $13.
Then we have to split it 3 ways.
Pretty sure the phone number's changed.
You know what? We're breaking the first rule of podcasting. We're talking about inside jokes that the listeners have no idea what we're talking about.
So they love us.
We should stop. Let's get back on track. So Ben catches Dr. Shaw, and he picks up the phone. He puts in a quarter. Now, here's a little trivia for you, and I think this has happened before in another episode in this season. Ben calls the office, and he asks for Sarah. Sarah's the secretary, and he keeps asking if there's other messages for him, and he keeps getting put on hold. Sarah was the telephone operator in Mayberry.
Really?
Yeah, that was the telephone operator on the Andy Griffith Show. So that's a little kind of insider Easter egg, if you will.
Nice.
Yeah. So Ben, I love the quote. Give them Charlene's number in Philadelphia. She deserved better, man. She deserved better.
She did. She moved to Philadelphia, right? That's what the story
That's
is.
the storyline. She moved to Philadelphia, yes. Okay. So
in West Philadelphia, born and raised. On a playground, Charlene spent most of her days.
Okay. Ben also wants some free medical advice from Dr. Shaw. He doesn't get it. And then the scene wraps up with Ben like calling and selling the stock that Dr. Shaw was buying. So I don't know. Someone. If you're going with Dr. Shaw or Ben Mattalk, I'm putting my money on Ben Matlock's the one that's going to make money on this deal. What do you think?
I think so too.
Yeah. All right. Tyler is still in the hospital. This must be one hell of a physical that he's going through because he's still in the hospital, people. And one night he strolls out into the hallway and he starts chatting with the security guard and notices his very fancy watch. At this point, is there any red flags with the security guard? Is he one of your suspects? You said there were 2 suspects.
He is not one of my suspects, but he was an accomplice.
Oh, okay. All right. Ben interviews Dr. Jackson after just watching him sleep on the couch for God knows how long. That was creepy. And Ben also wants some free medical advice from him, and he gets shut down.
But hold on. Was Ben cheating at solitaire?
What? Wait, what?
He's playing solitaire, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't he looking at all the cards in his hand and pulling out the ones he needed?
I didn't pay attention to that.
Yes. Yes, he was.
He was cheating at solitaire.
Yes. You only cheat yourself in solitaire.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Holy cow. That's a new, that's, I don't even know what to say on that one.
Yeah, he had the cards face down, but he was checking each one.
I did not catch that. Good catch. The security guard apparently is letting in a doctor into a laboratory via the side door. This is witnessed by Tyler, as this is kind of a continuation of the interaction between the security guard and Tyler earlier. All of a sudden, Tyler makes a noise. The security guard's heading his way. Tyler jumps into a room, which turns out being the morgue.
He jumps up with a cadaver.
Yeah, and I called it. I'm like, he's going to get locked in there. What do you know?
Yep, he got COVID.
No, he didn't get COVID. He got a cold. All right, Tyler catches a cold, and he's ranting and raving at Ben, and he says what I think is one of the great conspiracy theories in 80s television. Don't you know hospitals are designed to get you sick? That's an interesting theory there, Mr. Tyler Hudson.
It is. He's not wrong.
What do you mean he's not wrong?
Hey, they make more money than if you get sick. I'm just kidding. I'm not a conspiracy theorist at all.
Okay, because I was going to say, I think this is a new side of you I haven't seen in 5 years. So I was a little bit concerned.
Yeah, they want you to get sick so they can feed you to the dinosaurs that are growing in the basement with their stethoscopes.
You know what dinosaur can't use a stethoscope?
Which dinosaur?
A T-Rex, because he's got those tiny little arms.
Yeah?
You can't loop them around his ears.
True.
Yeah. Anywho, enough of this jibber jabber. Let's get back to it. Ben visits the laboratory, and he finds out random doctor, by the way, I don't think they ever said his name, is in charge of a lab that has a bunch of new treatments. And this doctor claims that he couldn't remotely access his computer drive on the night of Westlake's murder because somebody was already in the file. And he just assumed it was one of the residents, but it might be somebody else. So basically, I guess at this point, we're starting to piece together, or Ben is starting to piece together, I should say, that this treatment, this medicine, whatever they're working on in the laboratory, is probably the real motive for the killing.
Yes.
Tyler wants to leave the hospital, but Ben needs him to stay, and he brought him the most pathetic flowers I've ever seen. I don't even know where he got them from.
Tyler seemed to enjoy them.
Well, and here's the thing. What happened to Tyler's cold?
I think one of them was dying, though.
What? Wait, who was dying?
The flowers.
Oh, I thought
it's
you
like
meant...
hanging off to its
Okay,
side.
yeah, okay. Also, what happened to Tyler's cold? It just disappeared.
I mean, he got better.
Dude, come on. Every time I have a cold, it's like 2 or 3 days before it goes away.
Well, maybe Tyler's got super genes.
Super jeans? No, he doesn't wear jeans. He's a suit guy. He wears slacks.
It's true.
We're going to go to the first courtroom scene. What do you think of this scene here? Because we got Nurse Richards testifying, and she claims that she saw someone coming out of Westlake's office, and it was clearly a resident. It was clearly Dr. Jacobs. He was in his slacks with his lab coat. There you go. I've said slacks twice during this podcast. That should be a record somewhere. Yep. Anywho, she claims it's him, but yet Dr. Jacobs says he wasn't wearing his lab coat because it had blood all over it.
Yeah, so he had folded it and like hidden it in his arms.
Yeah. So
what his great escape?
Yeah. What do you think about this information that Nurse Richards divulges?
Well, she's just been caught in a lie.
Oh, okay. Is she one of your suspects?
She's starting to become a suspect.
Oh, wait a minute. She's starting to become a suspect at this point when you were watching the show.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. All right.
Not now. Yeah, she's a suspect now. I'm sitting here, I'm listening to you, and I'm like, that bitch, it's her.
All right. The security guard is at it again. He's letting somebody into the laboratory, and the thief comes in and steals the data. And are you ready for this, Jason? He steals the data on a 3.5-inch floppy disk. Yo. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
I hope he played Oregon Trail, too, while he was in the laboratory.
I hope so, too.
I hope so,
I just got that on my iPhone.
Is it the old school green, like Apple? No, really? Seriously? It's not like the colorized version?
Hold on, let me see.
You're pulling it up. Okay.
You got me second-guessing my life, John.
Geez.
I don't know. Yeah, see, it's green.
Let me see that.
Wait, hold on, maybe not.
People are like, we don't care about you two and your stupid video games.
Sorry, if this doesn't turn out well, John will edit it out.
That's right. I mean, I have the power of the razor blade.
I thought it was.
Anyways, all right. So I popped for that. I thought that was awesome. 3.5-inch floppy disk, man.
No, it's similar though.
Yeah, it is, but it's in full
color.
Full color. Yeah, full live and living color. So Ben and Tyler are back in Westlake's office, and the stethoscope becomes a clue because Tyler's messing around with it, much like Ben did earlier. So now we go to the second courtroom scene, Jason.
Well, I got a question. How did Tyler not know that his heart wasn't in his stomach?
How did Ben not know that? Because Ben does it first, way back at the beginning. It's like, dummy, that's not your heart.
I don't know.
Maybe a stethoscope is some like new fandangled technology they're not aware of.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe, I don't know. It's the second courtroom scene where Tyler brings in a screen, puts it in the back of the courtroom. Ben asks each of the residents, dressed as they are, to come into the courtroom and stand behind the screen. And Nurse Richards correctly selects Dr. Jacobs out of that quote-unquote lineup. Not as good as if you look out that door, you're going to see the killer. Not as good as that trick.
No.
But it's up there.
I was wondering what he was doing with that when it was over. I'm like, so we just learned nothing.
Yeah, but we didn't, though, because what we find out is when Ben examines Dr. Campion, he reveals that Campion and Richards are engaged in a tryst, if you will. Ben wonders about how expensive a new practice will be because Campion is so close to being done with his residency. And what do you know? Campion's bank info has lots of money in it. And then all of a sudden, we find out Campion's stethoscope isn't his because they etched their names or their initials, on the back of the stethoscope. He has the DW and the, I guess, whatever Campion, the JC or KC or whatever his first name is, I don't remember, is on the stethoscope that was found.
That was
Dr.
one of my
Westlaw.
two suspects.
I thought Campion too. I did
Tony
too.
Goldwyn. I saw the name. I'm like, it's either Tony Goldwyn or it's Mr. Roper because they only bring in names. And then I'm like, well, Tony Goldwyn wasn't really a name back then, but I was still right.
Yeah, I picked Campion because I felt like, number one, he was the one that he didn't get a ride, so he was going to walk home. And I'm like, that's where you could have an alibi issue, is that he's walking home and that. Plus, he looked like he was a pretty boy. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I bet he's kind of the, And they did say he was a hothead, too, didn't they? Or was that Jackson? I don't remember. One of the two guys was a hothead. So after the stethoscopes don't match up, we find out that, indeed, Dr. Jacobs gets hit with a not guilty verdict. And so Radbird congratulates Ben, and Ben finally, Jason, gets his free advice.
Lose some weight.
Yep, that's right. You're too fat. Buy a bigger belt.
Yes.
Yes, that's what Norman Fell a.k.a. Dr. Radburn, drops on. Ben, all right, well, if there's nothing there, then let's get into our closing statements. All right, this is the part of the podcast where we rate this episode, and how we rate them is based on a gavel system. 5 gavels for a great episode to 1 gavel for a pretty lousy episode. We will also justify our rankings. I will go ahead and go first if you don't mind, Jason.
Go ahead.
I give this episode, The Doctors, 3 gavels. I thought it was right down the middle. I thought it was a solid episode, but it wasn't fantastic, but it wasn't terrible. I liked Primetime Tyler. We got lots of good quips and antics from him. I felt like there was a really good motive for the murder. Stealing secrets of this new medicine or treatment or whatever and selling it so that you could open a new practice makes sense. I don't believe there's any wasted twists or turns. My only negative was I just got tired of the free medical advice gag. I thought that after like the 3rd time, I'm like, okay, I'm done. Enough with this. So I give it 3 gavels.
That's fair. I give it 3.5.
Okay.
A lot of the same reasons. It might have gotten a little higher, but again, I'm missing Charlene. I don't think this episode was like the last episode where I wasn't missing her as much. I thought Ben and Tyler did a really good job carrying the show between the two of them.
Yeah, I did too, because I think that they have the skill, they have the personality, they have the chemistry to bring that there to life. You know, and I also feel like you had all those other residents in that, and you had Nurse Richards in there, so that helped to fill in some too, where in the last episode, the reporter, there wasn't that supporting cast. So
yeah, no, I agree.
Yep. All right. Before we wrap things up, any highlights you want to talk about from season 1? Anything whatsoever?
Just the shock at how many people listen to us.
Well, that and I want to say that I really enjoyed speaking to our 3 guests that we had for season 1: Linda Pearl, Lori Lathine, and of course Scott Valentine. It was awesome. We plan on doing more of that, folks. Truth be told, we've reached out to a few other cast members. Unfortunately, with one, we were told that they were working on a project and was not available. We have not yet found another one, even though we keep looking under every rock. So we're going to continue to try to get some folks to come on and talk about their experiences on Mattalk. But
my goal is Keen Holiday.
Well, that's who we're talking about.
Podcast.
That's who we're talking about. Let's not lie. Yeah, we've been looking for Keen all over the place, and we can't seem to find him.
Keen Holiday, Gilliard, Clarence, I think is his name.
Clarence Gilliard.
Yes, and Matlock's daughter, or Andy Griffith's daughter, are my goals.
Oh, okay. All right. There you go. That's on record.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my goals.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that, ladies and gentlemen, before we wrap it up, again, as Jason said, thank you very much for listening. We were 100% honest when we started this as kind of a little bit of a gag, a little bit of a joke, but you folks who listen to it and who support us and who send us comments and who listen every other week when we drop a new episode, we really do appreciate you. Thank you so very much. You can't say that enough, seriously.
And we're thinking about having guests on next season. So if you guys are interested, I want to kind of see where we're at. Email us, benmattalk@gmail.com.
And when we mean guests, like ordinary, everyday folks, you
fans.
Fans. We actually talked about maybe having a friend who has never watched Mattalk watch an episode with us, sit down and give us his, for lack of a better term, virgin experience of watching Mattalk. So we're still planning on doing that too. Lots of things. We're planning on taking this bad boy on the road once COVID's all cleaned up, 100% cleaned up, or at least maybe we'll go 90% cleaned up. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm beginning to wonder if it's ever going to be 100%. But nonetheless, that's another topic for another podcast. So, Jason, you've already plugged the email address. Don't forget Facebook at Mattalk Podcast or on Twitter at Mattalk_podcast. Jason, talk about some of your other great podcasting projects, please.
3 Geeks Podcast live every Sunday at noon on Father's Day, which will be the Sunday after this is released. We are doing top 5 dads.
Okay. Top 10, like movie dads or TV
top
dads?
5.
Top
TV
5.
dads.
I'm sorry.
TV
Top 5.
dads.
TV dads? Okay. All right. And where can folks find all of the 3 Geeks goodness?
3geeks.ninja and anywhere you find iPod.
Anywhere you find iPods, they don't make those things anymore.
Anywhere you find podcasts, just type in 3 Geeks Podcast. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at 3 Geeks Podcast or at 3 Geeks J.
And you can check out my personal podcast. It's the PVD Cast. It's available at pvdcast.com or through all those major podcasting platforms. And don't forget that Matt Talk and 3 Geeks and PVDcast are all available through the Scene Snobs Network. On Saturdays, you can get a classic episode of Matt Talk, I believe at 11 a.m., correct?
Yes, but we're almost caught up to
Modern
live.
day? Live?
Yeah.
Whoa, man. Okay.
Pretty soon, that'll be the debut of the video version of the podcast, which is really just a static image in this podcast.
Well, we got some plans for that, too.
Yeah.
So, all right. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we've rambled a little bit here at the end, but we are, again, very happy that we are done with season 1. Looking forward to season 2. And with that, Jason, do you have any final words?
We'll talk to each and every one of you later.
I hate you so much. Seriously. Inside joke number 2. Anyways, with that, as they say in court, nothing further.
The following has been a joint production of the 3 Geeks Podcast and John Orlando Enterprises, LLC. Copyright 2021.
Warning, the following ZipRecruiter radio spot you are about to hear is going to be filled with F-words.
When you're hiring, we at ZipRecruiter know you can feel frustrated, forlorn even, like your efforts are futile, and you can spend a fortune trying to find fabulous people, only to get flooded with candidates who are just fine. Fortunately, ZipRecruiter figured out how to fix all that. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/zip. With ZipRecruiter, you can forget your frustrations because we find the right people for your roles fast, which is our absolute favorite F word. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day.
Fantastic.
So, whether you need to hire 4, 40, or 400 people, get ready to meet first-rate talent. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/zip to try ZipRecruiter for free. Don't forget, that's ZipRecruiter.com/zip. Finally, that's ZipRecruiter.com/zip.